Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny. Folks, it's an overcast day here and it's supposed to clear out just a little bit, maybe, hopefully. We've had a ton of rain and I've had to put this project on hold temporarily, but we're up and running this morning. It's very early in the morning. It's a little after 7. But we've got to get this done, hopefully. So you hang around and hopefully we'll get this done in this video. And it's a cool time to work. But let me point to you now, as we get started, you know that this is number 5. This is actually number 5 of hopefully the completion of our homemade griddle. And right now, I have just examined this. The first time I put a blade on it, I'm talking about a cutting blade, and I'm going to cut my hole down here. And that way I can get the ashes out of it when I use it for a fire pit. Now, let's get to work and not waste any more time. I'm going to get my grinder and my glasses. Now I'm doing this from the top. Now I'm cutting a square opening. So let's go to work here. Now I've cut a tiny hole, one that is just big enough to allow some ashes to go through. Let's see if I've got it cut. No, I see a spot that I missed. Let's go back and correct that. Okay. Kind of cut a, maybe something like that. I am amazed that that barrel is only, I'm thinking about 1/8 of an inch thick. I thought it was more like 1/4, considering the way that it was going through that cutting, but it's only about 1/8 of an inch. All right, now, I've got that, so I don't lose that. I'm gonna put a little hinge on it. Now my next step is, if I can show you here, I am going to cut me a door in this vicinity here so that I can put wood back in that thing. You have to put wood back in a fire pit or you don't have any fire. Okay. Now, let me talk just briefly, if I may. I'm going to get to work. I mean, gotta get this done. And I want to say this. Anything like this, really, that's a challenge, is something that I love doing. I love to do things. And it's not that I'm that brilliant. No. I like to do things that's a challenge. I like to do things that people will look at me or you and say, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I say about that? Oh, yes, I can. I can. I can. I love a good challenge. I love doing stuff like this. I love doing something that's related to something outdoors. Now, I love cooking on a grill. Why do you think I would build something like this if I didn't love cooking on a grill? I love it. I love it. I love it. And it won't be long until you'll be saying, okay, we got to quit grilling outside. It's getting cold. But let me get my marker. I'm going to put me a nice, either here or over there. I'm not decided yet. I've got to put a good square opening so I can put hinges on it and make a door. All right now, folks, I have got me a hole right here. Right here. I've got a hole right here cut out, or should I say marked, a square. And I'm going to take my grinder and cut this out square so it will be like a door. Now let me get my glasses. Now let's cut this out. I think I'll start with the side first. Okay now folks, let's finish up. I've just about got this finished here. These blades, I used a ton of them. These came from Walmart, and basically, to me, they're about all the same. They work decent, but not like you would want them to. So let's finish this up. Right, there we are. Now see, right here, I've got that out, and I'm gonna leave it like that because I think I'm gonna put a hinge on it right away so that it will look terrific. All right now, folks, I am going to put right here in the middle of this door, I'm gonna put me a tiny hinge there and try it with one. If it's not enough, I will immediately go and well, I'll get some more. I'll get another one or two. Okay, basically what I'm doing is just tacking that hinge on there to prevent it from coming loose. And I think I've done that. So let me take this off and we'll give it a try. There we are. All right. Well, let me give you a better shot of that. Take a good look at that door, folks. As you can see, I've got the door. Now I'm going to put some more hinges on it because I know that that definitely won't be enough to hold it, because it will swing and that little tiny hinge is not big enough. But we've accomplished that, okay? We'll be able to put some more hinges on it and it'll work a whole lot better. All right, we are coming along and we are just about done. Let me show you my next step, folks. I'm taking this rebarb. Now, I've got to have a little clearance. Let me point to this. Up here around the rim on the top of this griddle, I've got to have about 1 inch clearance up here in order to really, really let that heat escape from the top. Of course, it's going to go through the bottom and it'll come through the door, but we're going to take about 1 inch here. I got to make sure that we measure that, and we're going to put about 6 of these, about 1 inch long on top, so that we'll have some clearance. All right now, folks, let me point out to you again, this little unit right here where I'm pointing my finger, that's about 1 inch long. Now that's I'm gonna use that for, of course, a gap between the top of the griddle itself to the top of the bowl or the barrel. So I'm going to use these right here. I'm going to cut those. I'm going to stick it on there first and then cut it off, because it makes more sense and it's much easier to do it that way. those are so small that it's difficult to do. So here we go. All right, that one's got that solid. So let me cut that off. Here we go now. I will cut this off. Right. So you get the idea of exactly what I'm doing here. So I've got 3 down, I've got about 3 or 4 more to go. Making sure that those things are equally put together. All right now, folks, I have got these little things cut, as you can see, all around this grill. They are about an inch apart, about 10 inches apart and about 1 inch tall. So that's going to give me plenty of clearance to make sure that all the heat escapes from the top, and of course that'll give it plenty of air so that it can breathe. Now my next step, let's put the top on it. All right, now folks, I am giving you a close-up of this. I have got the top on this and we are done. Let me give you a nice bird's eye view of this up close of the top. Now I've got my door here. As you can see, my door is, I've got to put a latch on it right here. As you can see, it's closing. I got to put a latch on it to make sure that it, you know, it stays closed when I want it closed and open when I want it open. Now this top is about, like I cut those little things, they are about 1 inch off of the top, those little things that I welded on there, and it is level. I don't know if you can see that, but it is. It is level. Now the next video that you see with this, I will be cooking on this grill. I will be cooking on this grill. Now I've got to do right here, let me show you. Right here on these things here, I've not decided just yet, but I will probably take off a little bit of these to stop that huge point. I mean, that is not exactly what I would call safe. So I'm going to maybe cut those off at a diagonal slate cut there, or kind of like a triangle. That's what I'm trying to put out to you. But back here, everything is fine. And we will be cooking on this thing in our next video. So it looks really good. It does. It looks great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now we're going to close this video out. And listen, I've enjoyed this tremendously. This has been a great challenge for me. And I'll be honest with you, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you for watching our videos, and I hope that you've learned something from this. And listen, I'm going to put a link up here in the right-hand corner for you, a complete playlist of this entire project. You can click on this up here in the right corner, and you can watch the entire playlist, step-by-step instructions on how you can do this yourself. So thank you for watching again, and you have a blessed day.